The rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. I have made it. Barely! But I have made it. I don't know what happened to me. You might be wondering. Oh, wow. Thanks, Sam. Oh, my best friend's supporting me over here. Look at this. I can't...
I'm standing.
Wow. I really feel like I accomplished something. Like I made it out alive barely. What happened was, some of you might be like, wow, Genius Bar's been gone for a long time. Haven't heard from anybody. Haven't heard from John. Appletrack's been tweeting, been posting videos. John must be retired, I guess. Nope. I almost retired from life. I had flu, what is it, flu A or something? Which I've never had before in my life. Dude, that made COVID seem like child's play. When I had COVID, I think I was sick for 3 days. This is day 62. I sound worse than I feel. I feel much better now. I had a 103 fever for days and days and days. I feel better. I just kind of sound annoying, which is perfect for a podcast.
Yeah, you're back, dude.
I'm glad to be back.
Welcome
you
back,
know what?
everybody.
I came
Welcome
back,
back,
and guess what the first thing I did was?
Make a donation of $1 million to a political candidate?
No, I did Genius Bar. But I heard somebody else that we know did that.
We can save that for later in the show. Welcome back to Genius Bar. I'm so happy to talk to you. I haven't even heard from you really in 2 weeks. I was getting a little worried. As you would say, self-described spookster. Would you say it got a little spoopy?
I was definitely a little spoopy, yeah.
Sorry, I'm
over
supposed to make
here.
him laugh.
I have a bag of cough drops at the ready.
That's so sad.
Is it?
Well,
though?
if it makes you feel any better, the entire city of LA is engulfed in flames right now, and I am at risk of dying at any second. But the podcast has to come out, so both
you got
have our
flames
demons
knocking at the door, but the geniuses need you.
I think it was either. Okay, joking aside, I'm like fine and everything, but it's a crazy time in the world, man. But
What
happy
happened?
You're back. I'm happy you're here. Well, it's happy 2020. It's a new year.
Did somebody light a sparkler that fell on the ground and took all of LA out?
Something like that, man. Anyway, we are here. We are back. The Apple News doesn't stop. It doesn't rest for a sick man. It doesn't rest for
Apple didn't care at all.
On fire city. We've got some interesting stuff to talk about. Mark Gurman at war with me again.
No, what's happening?
Marquez Brownlee finally apologizes for his behavior. CES is happening. The iPhone 16e is almost here. And guys, that's just a taste of what we're going to be talking about. What do you want to start with? What's been on your mind?
I really love that taste. I want the tea. I want to know what's going on with Mark Gurman because you guys have been good. You guys have been Gucci. Me and Mark never really been Gucci, but you and Mark have been Gucci for a while. What happened?
I love him. He's my goat. I've said this many times before, but unfortunately today we got, well, when I say we, I mean he got into a bit of a kerfuffle over a post that I did. So, let me just read what happened. So, we got an article. A leaker that is it's weird. Let me just explain why I phrase this the way it is and why it's weird. So Mac Rumors sometimes writes about this Twitter account that says things, but the Twitter account wants to be private, so they don't link it. So the only link back to the source is Mac Rumors, but then Mac Rumors sources in themselves, it's this random account that they don't link to. So it's like, how do you say according to in a tweet? Yeah, so I just said according to an anonymous source because that sounds like
the first time I read
private.
that, because I have notifications turned on for you. I think you're the only person I have notifications on for. I got it,
thanks.
and you know how it only shows it doesn't show the whole tweet in the notification, and it sounded like an anonymous source, like that you were leaking this.
Oh no, I'm not. Which is why, per a year-old Apple Track policy, if we go back to our X page, that's why whenever I share something, where's the source? Where's this guy getting it from? Clearly linked, absolutely right there. So, obviously, once again, Apple Track, as we always do, we are a news conglomerate. We are simply reporting what somebody else said with our own little spin and interesting info. Like we added, will you be purchasing this device? It's a really high level of journalistic integrity that you just can't find anywhere else.
Original content at its finest, really.
Yes. So anyway, it seems believable. The idea was the iPhone SE4 is going to be launching alongside iOS 18.3. That usually comes out in January.
That's not what
So
I
could it
heard.
launch early?
But, you know,
and to
what
be
do I
fair,
know?
you know, we've heard that the iPhone SE has been in production for a while. We've heard that. I mean, the displays I think have been going since
Going to
August.
be
or-
a big deal.
yeah, it's going to sell incredibly well, especially just where we're at with the world right now. So anyway, I was like, you know what? This seems plausible. It's interesting. And again, I'm just doing my job being a reporter. Then out of nowhere, Gurman quote tweets me and goes, completely untrue.
He doesn't even
As
put
if
a
it's-
period, dude. You weren't even worth finishing the sentence.
And here's what gets me, right? Him sharing his opinion is like honestly fine. But then people in the comments that are flaming me, that are angry at me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Gramontes.
guys,
Oh,
like-
dude, 2 people in a row calling him Gramontes. What have I done?
I'm just like, guys, let's calm down. This is just me reporting on the news. I understand how by putting according to an honest, it can be confusing, but if you just if you just scroll one more down. So yes,
That's
according
too much.
to Gurman,
You're asking too much.
according to Gurman, the iPhone SE4 is not. So then here's the thing, John. I've got Gurman in a checkmate.
Oh, okay. I'm
Because my
listening.
tweet is 100% accurate. You might be saying, wait, how? You said it's coming in January. John, let me read you the exact words. The iPhone SE4 could launch as soon as this month. Ladies and gentlemen,
Garmin, the Garmin.
ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen,
Welcome. A taste of his own medicine. How beautiful. How beautiful.
so yeah,
I wish I
did
would have
not
noticed that
say-
earlier.
I did not say it comes in January. I said it could launch
As
as
soon
soon as January. And iOS 18.3 historically, you know, these 0.3 launches in January. So I'm actually right
Beautiful.
here. Now, obviously, we
Absolutely
could take
beautiful.
this bit away and I could just be honest. Yeah, I meant January. But if we're going to play this game where you get to pick and choose
You guys stand
words,
on business.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna just say stuff. Okay, sure, yeah. The iPhone 17 could launch as soon as February. That's what
I
I'm
mean,
hearing.
isn't
yeah.
that like Mark Gurman will say this is imminent, and then they'll be like, well, what does imminent mean? And he's like, as soon as tomorrow, and every day after that.
yeah. So anyway, it sounds like so Gurman follows up. Then he says something else. He goes on to say and clarify. Yeah, the new iPads, iPhone SE are being developed on this software, but that doesn't mean they're launching together. It means they'll launch before iOS 18.4 by April. So
April's what I heard.
okay, so yeah, by April, I don't know if that means before. I don't know if that means during.
That means
it's-
it. Yeah.
Like who's
any
really
month
in the
before
wrong here?
April.
Who's
Which
really
includes
saying
January, by
things
the
like-
way.
Yeah. By April includes January. So anyway,
What a
interesting, funny kerfuffle. It was just, of course, he's not doing me any favors by defending me being like, oh yeah, he uses the same language I use as well. It was just reading all the comments. I'm like, y'all, what? It's going to require another of us to do a $500 leukemia donation. Like we already did this once to settle beef.
Oh yeah.
We can just keep doing this. I don't know. Like
This
it's
will
very
never
weird.
end. This is only going to end when one of you retires. And it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
I'm
Mark.
getting close. I'm getting closer every day, man. I'm getting closer every day.
Hey, his Twitter bio says UMSI board member. What does that mean?
That is a great question. I don't know. Is this new? Oh, University School of Information. That's cool.
He's
I
a
guess
board
that's probably
member.
where he went to school. It's more than
Wow.
I know. They didn't ask me to be a board member, so
He's one
congratulations,
step
Mark.
closer to Professor Germontis.
So anyway, that's the tea with me and Germ. Resolved. Not even worth trying to. I don't know. Have you noticed that like I have not been tweeting as much lately, just in general?
Is there a reason?
I don't know. I think there's so many other things to focus on, and I've really been enjoying just my real life.
Are you saying that X is not good?
No, I haven't been posting. Like I haven't been posting TikToks either. It's just.
Oh.
I guess I've just been really. Maybe I'm
Oh
just.
yeah, I guess I
overworked.
haven't seen a TikTok from you in a while. Have you
Yeah,
given
I
up
posted in, like, a
entirely?
month. I thought I should go out on the 32 mil one, just because that's a good way
That's
to
smart. Yeah.
kind of wrap it. No, I've got a couple things I'm working on. I have a lot I want to do. It's just, I don't know, it was the holidays and I've just been trying to, I think for a few months after iPhone season, just because, I don't know, maybe, I think I've maybe mentioned this before, but like the month of September for me, I didn't stop working from the first of that month until the 30th. Like it was every day nonstop. All I did was think about work. And it's not good or healthy to do that.
No.
So,
no.
And then basically it snowballed into October where I went home and my family stayed with me, and then Apple did their mini events. And then it was like catching up from being back there. And then I decided to move in November. So it was just kind of like this 3 months downhill snowball. And I feel like finally I'm almost caught up. I feel like
you deserve it. You deserve it. You needed to revive yourself and recover a little bit.
Yeah. But like the day the podcast goes live, my next video is going up. I got to finish editing the second half of it.
I hear it's 17 minutes.
Yeah, 16, 17. It's around there.
That's a lot of minutes.
There's a lot of Apple products coming next year. There's a lot that people, I think, don't realize. I say it in the beginning. I think it's going to be one of the highest product number years Apple's had in a long time.
Well, we're going to need it because last year was so meh.
Yeah.
Speaking of the iPhone SE 4, I saw somewhere that someone claiming that it's not the SE 4. Instead, it's the iPhone 16e.
There's a rumor from this Weibo source that claims it's going to become 16e. So iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Pro on the regular, and then it would be iPhone 16 just E.
The only way I could justify that is that it would be Apple's way to charge more than the iPhone SE.
And we're hearing, based on a recent rumor, $500 around that.
Still, I mean, that's
a good value for that phone.
Yeah.
It's more expensive than it. I mean, dude, $400 they would actually obliterate the market, which is, I think that could be helpful. But yeah,
I think at $400 it starts obliterating iPhone sales too.
Yeah, I think that's almost too good.
Yeah. $500 is a crazy buy for what we're expecting at least.
Yeah, 6.1 inch OLED, 48 megapixel camera, Face ID, bigger battery, A17 Pro or A18 chip, Apple Intelligence. I mean, come on.
Leave it at $499. You're still technically under the $500. $499 looks way better.
Absolutely wild. So I don't know. 16E. There's a weird part of me that says I believe this.
Why? You're getting a lot of notifications. My God.
I know. Sorry, I'm getting constant.
Just put it on Do Not Disturb.
I don't.
Your Mac.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, okay. I just put on Work Do Not Disturb. The reason I say this makes sense is because this is not going to be like an iPhone SE before. Like the others were like years old recycled designs. This is a 2022 design. It feels, that kind of looks like the 2024 design. It looks very modern.
Yeah.
And we've seen Apple start to do these simplifications of their namings. I'm trying to think of like another example. I feel like there was, it's losing my mind. There was something in the past couple of years that they, I guess it's just HomePod Mini. I guess, but let's put it this way. Apple doesn't use SE for any of their other products. It's AirPods, AirPods 4, AirPods Pro.
They really don't.
It is the only product, and I think at this point it's one of those, Apple stopped calling it devices with the Apple Watch. It was the Apple Watch, not the iWatch. I think SE, it comes from, I think, the Macintosh SE in the 80s or 90s when that first debuted. And I think I think that's so associated with cheapness that Apple would be willing to change it to 16E.
16E sounds cheaper to me. I don't know why, though. I don't know the psychology there.
I hear that. And I wonder, like, okay, then we had the 16R.
That would be like the iPhone 5C. It's the same
Yeah, or the C or iPhone 16C, like something like that. I don't really get these letters, but SE, iPhone SE fourth generation. I don't know. I think SE might be over. And two sources have said this. I believe Majin Buu is one of them, so count that for absolutely no weight whatsoever.
That doesn't count. Yeah, so one.
but the other one is I believe it's a Weibo source.
Was Majin Buu just regurgitating what the Weibo source said?
It's never clear what order it comes, because Majin Buu has been right about some stuff, but
because some stuff on Weibo is correct.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when you look at the iPhone, I
don't know if I buy that.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Here's the thing: marketing names are really, really hard to leak. Like, the marketing team is so small, and it's at such a late stage in the production. I have a hard time believing someone in supply chain would know.
What about packaging? If there were, aren't they printing packaging and stuff?
Damn, 16E. I would need to see. Like, I think if someone posted a picture of a box that said 16E, I would be surprised.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But if I had to put my over under, I'd say yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be I'm not.
But okay.
Not married, but
here's my only argument against this. You want to play a game?
Let's do it. I love games.
So the iPhone SE, as you mentioned, is a very recycled design. Many recycle.
Many.
To me, this new redesign for, let's just hypothetically call it right now, an iPhone SE, this new redesign is it seems like a massive jump now, but I feel like this is going to set the tone for the next 4 years. Like, what we have now will just be like this new iPhone SE4 will be the recycled design for the next 4 years. And I think that idea is cute right now, but in 3 years, could you call it the iPhone 19E if it still looks like this? Like, it just seems weird putting a current number against something like this when it will be eventually very clearly not the same thing.
All right, to back you up, I'm forgetting there is the Apple Watch SE. They still make this product, the cheaper lower-end watch. It hasn't been updated since 2022, but okay, they have used it on 2 products as new as 2022. So maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe 4th generation stays. It's
not like you leaked it.
Yeah, well, we can never be clear. There was another tweet that it was like,
source.
an anonymous source. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, I would make it very clear. I would use the word exclusive if I ever have anything to share.
I feel,
and I will. Speaking of exclusive things to share, if you want to know what the SE is going to look like, I do believe it is going to look almost 1-to-1 with our renders, from what I have been told.
What I have been told. In that case, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to buy the phone and keep it. I'll probably buy the phone, but I won't daily drive it. I'm not going to commit that bad.
I like it. I really think, listen, it's just going to be an iPhone 14, but
right.
I just think OLED.
The simplified camera on the back, though, is so hot.
So, yeah, right? Like, it looks clean as hell. I personally think this is going to be a way bigger hit than people are anticipating. Like, this is a phone that my mom, I think, would be very happy with. This is a phone that anybody, $500 for an
My mom would be happy
chip
with
phone,
it, too.
And
this would blow her mind.
For context of your newer viewer, your mom is no longer with us.
Yeah, dead. She's dead. Been dead for a long time, actually. So,
why are you laughing?
What are you supposed to do? You can't cry forever, is what they say. Is the back of this phone going to be glossy like the render?
I think so. I don't know 100% on that detail, but
I don't know if I like that.
I would assume
galore.
Yeah, I would just assume because it's the cheapest that they're not going to give it the nicer
Yeah, true. I guess so.
That's my guess.
Especially since 16 got the matte glass back too.
Exactly. I think they want to be like,
By the way,
those little touches.
I was gone for a few weeks, so I just want to remind you again how great this looks. Just so you know. I just feel like you haven't been shown in a while. So.
This phone,
dude, I thought you were gonna be like, I bought it.
This phone is so boring.
Yeah.
It's just. Well, I mean, I've talked to him. I made a.
It doesn't
actually,
help that the software fucking blows.
Yeah, since the last time we talked, I made a video.
You are the voice of the voiceless.
That I'm very proud of.
It's a very good video. What was the reception like? Do people agree? Are people agreeing? Finally, are they coming around?
Initially, it hit a lot of the Apple diehards, which I get.
Fucking fantastic thumbnail as well.
Also, I just want to tell you, I know that this looks like your thumbnail, and we did copy the gradient. This, you made it here. Let me show you. You probably forgot. I promise before we saw your thumbnail, I had the idea to put the end in the back. Like I promise I was not looking at you.
I mean, if I forgot, clearly I wouldn't care.
It was actually Shay that was like, yo, that looks just like John's. And I was like, what? You did this one?
Yeah.
Very similar, although you can't see the end as much. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm not just like following.
I know, I don't care.
Yeah, but I just want to let you know in case people are like, "Damn, all he does is copy." But I do promise. Like everything else about this was
got more
my
views.
Conceptualization and. Oh my god.
I mean,
anyway, this video I'm really proud of, and I'm really proud of it because I spent days on it. I worked on it. I wrote it. I recorded. I took my time editing. You wrote it a few times. Yeah, I changed it a little bit, the direction, and eventually the thesis of the video was Apple has 3 problems. Like they didn't update any of their current products in a meaningful way, which even when things were boring, they did at a minimum. Like they straight were like, new HomePod Mini after 4 years, it's blacker. New AirPods, it's USB-C-er.
That still pisses me off so much.
Apple Watch, it's blacker. They really liked black. There was a big obsession with adding their stuff to their products being black this year, and it's great. We love black. I love black.
It's like the lowest. It's like the lowest hanging fruit for Apple because all of their stuff is white. So when they give people black, all the Apple fans are so grateful.
So yeah, it was talking about that. Then it got into the software on these products is not great. Specifically, the iPhone has been
atrocious.
terrible. I will say 18.2.1 came out today. I've noticed so far things seem a little bit better. I have not had any apps freeze on me post update. So it seems like it was probably an 18.2 bug on the 16 Pros. But I've seen a lot of folks, even with year-old 15 Pros, say their experience on iOS 18, specifically 0.2, has been terrible.
I'm not even like I don't even get mad anymore. Like when nothing works, I just go, yep.
My Apple Watch, I didn't even mention this in the video, just because the balance I always try to have in my videos is getting specific enough without getting too granular and boring. Like I want to speak to a general audience that can relate without being like my Apple Watch Ultra 2 in black resprung and it made the thing glitch. Like I don't want to get too into the weeds. But it was so funny. I'm always in my head after I put out this. I know you're the same way where it's like, am I crazy? Am I just making all? Have I just lost it? Have I? Am I the only?
I've had that so many times with you. Like we will confidently say something with our whole chest here on Genius Bar. And then all of the comments will disagree. And I'll be like, are we just insane people?
Which is possible, right? But a few days after I put that video out, I was hanging out with my friend and he was like asking his watch to set a reminder. And in real time, in front of me at Run Club, his watch restarted and the reminder didn't work. And I was just like, and that's why I made the video.
Yeah.
Like,
damn.
It's just, it's gotten out of control. And then the third part, which sort of ties it all together, is like, okay, but what about the big stuff? Apple's still innovative, right? And it's like, well, Apple Vision Pro is their most recent product. And technologically, the merits for it being innovative are definitely there. Like you can make that argument very easily,
for sure.
But the practical argument is not there. And Apple products have always been practical. They've always been something that you use every day. And you can go through the big 4 iPhone, everybody uses it every day. iPad, I use my iPad every day. I'm sure some people use it almost every day. Apple Watch, I use it every single day. I will turn around if I leave it at home. AirPods, I use again almost every single day, and not a day goes by that I don't think about them or like, okay, are they charged when I take them to the gym tomorrow?
That's so
Will they be
cute.
there?
Not a day goes by that you don't think about your AirPods.
And then Apple Vision Pro comes out, and I use it once every month.
You know what hurts extra about that?
Maybe.
What hurts extra about it failing is that they also gave up. They just stopped trying. They're not advertising it. They don't care. They've just accepted defeat. It's so weird.
Well, there's been reports that production has officially stopped for the first gen. That they
Well,
made all that they need to make for the next year.
They probably have enough units sitting somewhere that.
Yeah, resale values have plummeted to the mid 2000s. It is.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, even that I don't think is.
Damn.
I think what you get today, I think it's worth $19.99. I think if you can find one for $19.99 and you love, if you love movies and TV and this is something you will use every day and you don't mind a little bit of weight, this is worth $3,500. It is the most incredible movie
for
TV.
that. Yeah,
I'm planning to watch a lot lot of Severance in it. Although I don't know, I just got an 83 inch.
I am so excited. Did you see the reviews came out today?
Yeah,
100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and people saying that it was well worth the wait. Oh, Sam, I'm so bloated. Help! I'm going way too high in the air. Bring me back down, please.
No,
Sam,
John.
time is of the
That's
essence.
floating. That's floating, not bloating.
Oh,
but if you're worried about bloating,
bloated
I've got something that can help.
me up.
Yeah, dude. Well, thanks to AG1 that sponsored this episode of the Genius Bar, dude. They can
How are
help
they going to
you.
help me?
Help you do some stuff for your health. Let me tell you what this is.
Tell
AG1.
me.
It's a daily health drink packed with nutrients to help alleviate bloating, support sustained energy, and whole body health. John, now you said you're struggling with bloating. What if you could have something that can help alleviate it?
First of all, I would love that to help my bloating. I would love sustained energy and whole body health. I'm only healthy from like my waist down, so that's really cool for me.
From your waist. I just got that. Well, we got vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, greens and superfoods, antioxidants, stress adaptogens, digestive enzymes, all with this to help you for the new year. Stick to your goals, right? What if you could, use daily AG1 to make each day 1% better, John? That could be your life.
It sounds like it would make my day at least 10% better, to be honest. And for this new year, you can try AG1 for yourself. It's the perfect time to start a new healthy habit, and that's why we've been partnering with them for so long. AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift, not $75, $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle, which, by the way, is amazing, and 5 free travel packs in your first box, which is pretty great. A bottle of D3K2 and 5 travel packs in your first box.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out drinkag1.com/geniusbar, which is the name of the show, to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/geniusbar to start your new year on a healthier note.
Thanks for sponsoring AG1.
Thanks, AG1. Also, I'm going to drink you now to bring me back down. Thank you. You think you guys didn't hear from me when I had the flu?
Because here's the thing,
for Severance to come out.
Severance released. You watched the first 8 minutes, right?
No.
Oh,
no.
You're one of those. Oh, come on.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to.
I watched the first 8 minutes, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I hate the start of that second season.
Oh, now I have to watch the first 8 minutes.
I'm
going to watch it right now.
It is not. Listen, it's only the first 8 minutes, but I will just say, I was like, this season's a mess. But it's 8 minutes of the first episode. So.
But that would be like watching something real bad for you to throw away the whole season.
Without spoiling it, let's just say they took a different approach than I was expecting. I thought Severance would be the type of show to pick up the second it shut off. Like you click on it and you are in the room with Helly and she is it
I wouldn't be in the room with Mark. That's the crazy. Was the crazy end.
Yeah, let's just say it starts and it is not present moment for that sequence, which confused me.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is it back or ahead?
It's in the future. Yeah.
Hmm.
Not far in the future, but it is post the thing happening. I
Are
don't think
you-
we've given away too many spoilers.
Are you going to trust the reviews? Like, do you think that?
Oh yeah, no, I am. It's restored my confidence. Like if 24 out of 24 critics say it's that good, then I'm going to trust the people. Like, just as I hope people trust me when I say don't buy the 16 Pro, I'm going to trust them and say, I mean, imagine this. It'd be like if you watched the first, let's talk about the Tim doc that you did. It'd be like if you watched the first 4 minutes of that and you're like, it didn't really talk about his legacy. It's like, well, yeah, it's the first 8, you watch the first 12%, it's not the.
Well, now I'm definitely going to watch it probably after this. I got scared
okay
because the
with it.
trailer gave so much away.
Yeah, the trailer, there's like really not much crossover between the trailer and the first 8 minutes either. I'm more confused right now than anything. I think they're doing this intentionally. And the reason I was okay watching the first 8 minutes of the show, because I also I've been trying to stay pretty spoiler free. It's because it's the actual show. Like it's the same 8 minutes I'm going to watch on the 19th when it comes, or 17th when it comes out. 17th. So I feel okay getting my tongue wet.
I have a question. Do you watch any other shows on Apple TV Plus? Like, I've seen Hijack, Morning Show. I was a fan of for the first few episodes, and then it really just lost me. It was too on the nose.
I agree. For Morning Show, I haven't watched a lot, but everybody's telling me Silo's incredible. I've heard Dark Matter's good. These are all things that are on my list. I just I haven't really made the time to watch much.
I love Jake
or a lot of
Gyllenhaal,
time.
and he's in something.
I watched Presumed Innocent. That was really good. I did watch
good?
that.
Okay. That's what I'm thinking
that
about
is really
next.
good. You would like that. He's one of my favorite actors.
He's incredible. One of my favorite movies.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
and you know how
it's
I know
like
that?
my favorite movie.
Because I was listening to your podcast, Recycle Bin.
Oh, did I say it?
You don't think I listen, do you? But I listen to a lot.
No,
You're
no,
talking
I'm not.
about
It's not that I
Flat
don't think
Earth
you
guy?
listen. I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, you were talking. You said the Nightcrawler. You named another one, but I
Dark
remember
Knight,
that
probably.
because you did. You said The Dark Knight, and both of those are some of my favorite movies. But Nightcrawler in particular is in my top 5 of all time.
I will never. It's one of those movies that I will never forget watching because I held off on watching it for so many years. Like, I had heard that it was good, and I was just like, eh. But I watched some. There was a Jake Gyllenhaal movie on Netflix where I was like, he's kind of great. Watched Nightcrawler, fell in love immediately. It's incredible. It's a great movie.
And for our field, it's very like news, and
Yeah.
it really hits home in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Great film.
Oh. Well, that's,
So anyway, Severance.
that's fun entertainment.
Speaking of entertainment,
Okay. Go ahead.
you want to do MKBHD or Tim?
Let's go.
Two
with Marquez.
bangers.
Let's
Let's
go
do
with
Marquez.
Marquez.
Okay, after weeks of us talking about Marquez Brownlee, famed YouTuber, dude I've met one time in my life and don't actually know on any level whatsoever, so I don't know his personal life, he finally responded to the allegations and evidence that he is a chronic speeder.
That was a way to word that.
And let's just say he talked, basically this whole video is kind of random. He was just kind of like,
He was gassing himself up for the first 75%. It was kind of...
yeah. He's very proud of his year. He had some very successful moments in Ultimate Frisbee. Obviously, a considerably better athlete than I would ever be.
It is. You know what? He really is incredible in like so many things that he does. And he's
caught the game-winning catch it.
He's a great hard worker. He's one of the GOATs on YouTube. But when you are that good and then you have to sit in a video and talk about how good you are, it's kind of weird. Like, but you know, that's just...
Yeah, fair. So then we get to... Oh, God, let's save the shoe conversation for another day. I have so many thoughts.
Yeah,
about
we
this
don't
in
have
your
time.
head, but- okay. Anyway, then he gets to November and talks about...
Oh, I wonder where he talks about it.
Computers. A whole bunch of learnings about sponsored videos from that experience that I took in pretty quickly. But I wanted to use this opportunity
Really
to
dig the wide angle
address
lens there.
The bigger issue from that whole experience, which was the driving clip, even though it's no longer in that video. So there was a clip in that video, since removed, of POV driving a Lamborghini and accelerating to over 90 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. It's just stupid and dangerous, not just for the actual act, which was stupid and dangerous, but also for the potential precedent that it could set. Because like we've said, I know people watch these videos, and for someone to watch that and think that it's okay. So I apologized. I removed it, which I still think is the correct thing to do. Obviously, never doing it in the first place would have been way smarter. But I also never gave any context or any other details or anything around it, just because I didn't think it felt like just excuses that nobody needed. But I feel like for those of you who are watching my videos, you deserve at least a little bit of context and explanation of how we got there in the first place. So earlier in November, another YouTuber who will remain nameless invited me out to test drive a car. And I said, okay, yeah, sounds fun. We went out, and the way these work is that the salesperson sort of takes you out on a pre-designated test drive route. It was outside of New Jersey. I didn't know the space very well, so I just followed their lead. They sort of show you where to go, and we went out and then came back. So I had the action cam with me, as I had for the past couple weeks, as I'd shot clips here and there around just on how it could be used to shoot anything anywhere. So on the way back, I was like, oh, okay, I'll shoot a clip of a few seconds of driving, because this could be used to shoot driving shots. None of this context really matters that much.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what first of all, I believe him.
Oh, yeah.
That he like knows it was stupid, and I think he's learned from it. But him being like, yeah, we were shopping Lamborghinis. I don't really know how that's supposed to help.
It doesn't help. The context doesn't help, but I think it makes more sense. Like, it makes more sense that he wasn't just... I think I had the impression that he just recorded all of this stuff in one day for this video. So to hear that he was like actively doing something else that just so happened to be recorded, it doesn't help at all what he did, but it just makes more sense as to how it got in. Yeah,
let's finish the rest of, because he says a couple more things too.
And there's a reason for speed limits, and I own that responsibility. I'm lucky that nothing went wrong during that test drive. I would have been my fault, and that would have been horrible. So I encourage you to not do what I did. I learned several valuable lessons here in all of this. Making mistakes and genuinely learning from them and changing. I think that's a super important thing to just have as a human. And then also as the responsibility that I have as a very visible creator, and that people look up to what I do and what we make as a team. So clearly everything deserves an extra layer of diligence. And again, that the publish button is very heavy. So picture of the month for no.
So yeah, that's the apology.
It didn't mention anything about the body cam stuff.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate him mentioning that, but
I kind of like, I don't know, once you open this can of worms and it seems like you are being genuine, when he's like, finally, I fucked up. It seems weird to then ignore the most recent thing that it's like, I think the issue with the body cam stuff is just the fact that it shows a history of this.
Yeah, for sure.
He didn't mention it at all, but it's whatever.
My initial watch, I was happy with his reply. I accidentally made a pun without meaning to in the comments.
Oh, you commented?
Yeah, I said mad respect for addressing the driving stuff head on. I swear, I didn't mean for that to be a pun. I meant like so directly. Oh. And it started lighting up, and everybody in the comments was like, nice one, haha, have a great spin on that. And I was like, what?
Dude.
And then I reread it.
Are brutal.
Yeah, they're all
2024 really picked up
Speeding.
speed at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
So anyway, interesting time. I believe him.
oh yeah. I
But
believe you.
if he keeps doing this again, and if he doesn't actually I believe him. But
Me too.
you know, there's a lot of people in the comments that don't, and it sucks. It definitely makes me very aware of, you know, just doing the right thing.
Well, that's what I mean. The body
is-
cam stuff shows too much of
Yeah.
a track record.
Different stories. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it just makes you think about myself. Like, you know, I always want to do the best thing, and how it's people do look up to, you know, I look up to you, bro, and you know,
To
it's
me
just one of those things.
or
where-
Marquez?
Yeah, no, you.
You don't
Well,
look
down.
up to me at all. I was
You're
gonna
a-
say
you're a
you're
manlet,
7'8".
But no, but you know, it's one of those things where, yeah, I think my last thought on the Marquez situation, then we're not going to talk about it again, is just,
Until we do.
I think it would have been better if he would have done this like 2 months ago or a month ago. And it always feels a little bit weirder when it's a reactive versus a proactive thing.
Yeah. And if he, like, you know, sometimes we make videos because we have to. Like, we're contractually obligated to get something out, you know?
Yeah.
There's no ad in his video. So it just seems weird that he just, like, he didn't have to make that. But because he made a video about all the good stuff, naturally, of course, towards the end, he's going to have to address the bad stuff. And I'm proud of him for it seems like he's humble there at the end and like genuinely, you know, the difference between like being disappointed in yourself or versus being disappointed that you got caught.
Yeah.
Like he seems genuinely disappointed in himself. And I think that's a good sign.
Help, it's a new year.
It is that. Yeah. What about it?
Well, there's still people trying to get my data, John.
That's crazy. You haven't signed up for DeleteMe yet? It's crazy. First of all, today's sponsor, number one.
Yeah,
Yay.
shout out.
Yay, them. Yay. But also, it's like a no-brainer. Do you know why, Sam?
Why?
Your life is hard because of data brokers. Entire
Yep.
teams dedicated to siphon your data. And guess what they do with it? They sell it. They sell it to the highest bidder. And I don't know if you know this, but you're just one Sam.
Yeah.
You're just Sam. That's the song. You're
That's
only one Sam. What if you could have an entire team that had your back to track down these data brokers, get your stuff removed from online search results, stuff that shouldn't be there, stuff about you, stuff about your family, and so on. And what if they kept working for you? Not only do they get the stuff removed, but they're going to keep standing up for you and keep hounding these data brokers. When they try to bite you, they're going to bite right back. They're the best deal in the biz.
Guys, we love them. We've been using them. We recommend them. That first part was a bit. I've been using them for months and I don't get any spam calls. I always quote that because it's so nice. So take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe. Now at a special discount for our listeners, John, today get 20% off your DeleteMe plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/geniusbar and use promo code geniusbar at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/geniusbar and enter code geniusbar at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/geniusbar, code geniusbar.
Thank you, DeleteMe. Oy. You would think we've done that 80 times.
Notion AI.
All right. Back.
Agreed. All right, there we go. Congrats.
You know who's not disappointed in himself, but I think I might be slightly disappointed in him?
Let's see, dude. This is
All right, guys, listen. This is your warning. If politics aren't your thing, you may see yourself out. We'll see you next week. Great to have you.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
For the rest of us,
Yeah.
let's talk.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, now that everybody left.
Oh boy.
Okay, pretty interesting scoop from Axios, one of my favorite websites out there. They always have these really interesting, unique little tidbits. I love a little tidbit. I go feral for a tidbit. Apple CEO Tim Cook has personally donated $1 million to Donald Trump's inauguration fund.
So, we'll start with
All right,
this.
I'll just, yeah, you go.
What would be worse? You could just give me your first instinctual answer here. Is it worse that it's Tim Cook, or would it be worse if it came from Apple?
I almost think it's worse coming from. Oh, I think it's way worse coming from Tim Cook. Like this is Tim
Agreed.
Cook's personal money.
Like I get why, right? You get the chess move here.
Yeah. Just in case everybody's like, "Why would he do it?" This is Trump is threatening major tariffs against companies that export out of China, in particular, like massive ones that would cause the price of products to skyrocket. So Tim Cook is doing this donation because he had a very formidable relationship with Trump in the first term, from 2016 to 2020. Cook congratulating Trump the night of the election, doing this donation, meeting with him at Mar-a-Lago, his private resort, and the White House many times over his previous
Tim's
years.
just
He's
playing
doing
ball.
this. Yeah, Tim very much says, "Oh, but Apple makes like a lot of our stuff there, so let's it's a signature, it's a sign of goodwill, right?" Which innocently, I think could be okay. I think my problem with this is that for the political views that Tim Cook has espoused personally, I think Donald Trump is in many ways the antithesis to those views. And
You don't say.
an example coming to mind, right, is Tim Cook is a gay man.
Okay,
Tim
we got
Cook.
tread lightly.
Tim Cook has obviously been very outspoken for LGBTQ rights and for people that identify with that community.
Yes.
And it just kind of feels weird to give $1 million personally to a guy that, to say the least, has not been friendly to those communities.
$1 million is like a lot of money too, as a donation.
Yeah, I mean, for Tim Cook, that's nothing, right? Like, he's a billionaire, but
it's like the principle of it, though. Like the
exactly.
Here's
it's
it's really weird because on the surface, I get it. Like, for anyone that's like, why would he do that? Like, immediately I know the answer, right?
Yeah, same.
Why does it feel icky though? Like, I don't know. I can't psychologically discover within myself why I feel that it's icky.
For me, it's the reason that I just described, which is that, and again, maybe this is a parasocial thing. You think you know Tim Cook, you think you know how he stands. Who knows what Tim Cook's views on immigration or the economy actually are? At the end of the day, he's doing what's best for Apple. I do find it interesting that it did not come from Apple. I think it coming from Apple would be like, whatever, but
It'd be
you're
more.
a corporate.
I feel like it would be more clear.
Like par for the course, right? All the corporations are gonna want to snuggle up with any president, whether it be Donald Trump, Joe Biden, anybody else, right? Every company wants to be buddies with the president.
The only
because
thing
that gives
snuggling
you
up
more
with Joe
power.
Biden
Like,
is the Grim Reaper.
yeah. Dude, he's got 13 more days. I think he can make it.
Maybe.
So, yeah, it was weird. It became a very public thing. A lot of people, I mean, obviously some people are very, very split, rightfully so. There's the people that are very staunch supporters of Donald Trump and say this is awesome. People saying time to make America great again, make Apple great again. People saying, why do I care? Do you support this donation? But then obviously you very quickly see, oh wait, so Trump's not homophobic? It's a little awkward. People feel, I think a lot of people feel a bit betrayed by this move because Tim Cook was seen as one of those tech good guys. Broadly, of course. I'm speaking, I'm not saying this dude's perfect or anything, but I'm saying broadly, he doesn't have that. Tim Cook has played Tim Cook is a and I've heard this is not an original thought. I've heard people say this before. I'm just agreeing with it. That Tim Cook is a master politician. I am actually of the opinion that if Tim Cook ran for president, he
would win.
He could win.
Yeah,
like he's very likable.
I have said that when he's done at Apple, he's going to run for president, and people always go, "No, he won't. He wouldn't do that."
Yeah, I mean,
did you see the story that came out this past week that?
No.
During Hillary's campaign, Tim was considered for VP.
What? No.
Yeah.
Tim Cook VP. This is crazy. I did not see that.
Work.
Who reported on that?
I don't. Who knows?
Oh, a VP from the tech world. Oh, okay. Here you go. Tim Cook and Bill Gates were on the initial list of possible running mates for Hillary Clinton, according to a WikiLeaks email dump. Wow. That is interesting. Tim Cook was one of 39 people that made the initial list of possible VP. Okay. I did not know that.
I feel like when he's done at Apple, never say never.
You're right, because everybody, Joe Biden also said he was going to run again, and there we go. So yeah, it feels weird. Obviously, Cook has not commented.
Honestly, I think the donation is common enough, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think Tim Cook is willing to sacrifice some of his own moral values for the, however you define it, success of Apple.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, obviously there's people that
$1 million
love Trump that are like super excited about this.
Yeah, on one hand, $1 million is a lot of money. But on another hand, $1 million is enough to keep Trump from, that's...
Well, we don't know.
In the grand scheme of things, that's not that much.
I think it's more the gesture.
Just a show of good faith.
Yeah, I think I think Tim, it's very, very, very interesting. I feel I could not talk about it on a podcast, a long form place, because obviously I'm not making a video about this. I just found it interesting, and I guess to be fair, to play devil's advocate, to play Tim's advocate, we don't know if he's donated to inauguration funds of previous presidential candidates.
Yeah, why is this one?
Maybe
more
he
public?
did for Joe Biden, and we don't know.
Is this just public because it feels like a story? Like, if he donated to Joe Biden, are we having this conversation on Genius Bar?
That's a great question.
I don't know if we are. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe because it tracks. Like, I don't have to think about that. It tracks with... It's, consistent for Tim Cook.
As soon as I was trying to give him benefit of the doubt, I did see this chart from Newsweek. It's tech companies and CEOs' donations to Trump and Biden inaugurations compared, and $1 million to Trump in 2025 and 43,200 to Biden.
Wow, what a number!
So, Tim donated. I assume there's probably some tax incentive or some reason that was that number chosen specifically. So he did donate to Biden in the past.
Did he?
And you can look at the
he basically gave
really
that dude $43 and a Subway gift card.
Yeah, Meta has donated $1 million this year. Amazon's donated $1 million to Trump this year. OpenAI has donated $1 million to Trump. But Google and Microsoft have not. I couldn't watch it.
I definitely didn't watch all of it, but it's just so interesting to see because, when you think of censorship in social media, usually that's synonymous with Facebook. That's the first thing I think of, or Instagram. Obviously, there's been censorship issues, what you could argue are censorship issues, on all of the social media platforms. Some have been worse than others. Twitter was pretty bad about that before Elon came and just let anyone say anything. But Facebook, Facebook is historically bad, and it's just so weird to see Zuckerberg do a complete 180 and maybe not pretend, but he's very vocal now about wanting to champion free speech when they were always the first to cave before.
Yeah. Very
just seems
convenient
like-
timing too, right?
Yeah, it's like if Trump wasn't president, Zuckerberg's not making that video.
Yeah, that I think what's bothering me is that I think a lot of people weren't expecting this. And now it's like, oh shit, we got to deal with this dude for 4 years. Like, actually, here's $1 million. My name is Tim Cook, and actually, we Apple stands with you. Let's make America great. Zuckerberg being like, we have always championed free speech. Facebook is the free speech platform. It's just annoying, right? It's just.
I mean, the reality
Do
of
I
the
get why they're
situation
doing
is
it? Yeah.
the majority of Americans voted for him, and the voice of the people has spoketh. And that's I respect that. I love America, and I love American politics for this reason. So it's not like, obviously, it's not the end of the world, and there's a reason that all of America decided that this was the best course of action, and I think it is kind of less to do with Trump and more about everyone being sick of how things were headed towards in terms of the left.
Yeah. And I think that's a fair representation.
Yeah,
obviously my
I think
views
Trump is a
differ quite a
vehicle
bit,
for
but-
everyone's frustration.
Sure. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there before we get in any more trouble.
Hey, I think I don't think we said anything that even if you are on the opposite side of the political spectrum, like I don't see any reason to be mad. We're all if someone has a different opinion than you. Yeah, who cares, man? Because at the end of the day, we're still worried about the iPhone 17 Air. So,
Yeah, what we really have to worry about.
iPhone 16e.
Oh man. Okay.
Yikes.
Let's I really want to stay out of trouble. I guess the only place to wrap is the tech event that's happening right now.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about CES. I think
So
that's
the
worse
biggest
than
tech
politics.
conference in the world is happening right now. Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. As you can tell, John and I are both on the show floor. Oh, that would be fun to do a Genius Bar on the show floor. That'd be kind of cool. But can I be straight up with you, man?
This is your safe space, yes.
Every year, for the past 3 years now, CES comes around and I try to get excited, right? I see the legacy tech people being so excited in there, and I see them being what appears to be happy. But then I actually see the show and I'm just filled with sadness and regret.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
The reason legacy people and people in the industry in general, in the tech industry, love CES is not because CES is good. It's not good. Little behind the scenes here. CES is the place where all of the major tech personalities make their deals for the year.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's not CES, the show floor. It's the after parties. It's the politics of it. Like, CES is the one place every year where high up executives and PR people from all of these companies are in one place, where either an experienced tech personality from YouTube or media in general can meet up with them face to face. When I was there was so many private dinners with CEOs from these companies that I was sitting at, where like everyone just pretended to be interested because they were going to get paid for the rest of the year. But it's also a place where like newer tech personalities or less experienced personalities go to try to force themselves physically in front of a PR person that will hear them because the company's ignoring their emails. Like, that's all CES is. It's not, no one that goes there that covers it gives a single shit about the public-facing show floor of CES.
Yeah. And I thought about it this year. Like I got, the opportunity to go to a, YouTube thing. And, I know if I was in the area, I could you could see a lot of friends. There's people like Brandon Bush that was like, yo, you're going to be there. And I was like, oh man, no, there's people.
Seeing people
like
is definitely cool.
Simply Pops are like, you're going to be there. I'm like, oh no, people I've never met that I would love to meet. And, but it was just one of those things where I'm like, is this worth taking the time out of my schedule? And the answer for me again this year was no. Maybe next year it's different, but I've been really lucky with my deal flow, and I've got so many other things to work on right now that also having to I don't know what's happened to me lately, man, but I just can't be fake anymore. I can't do it. That wasn't me in the first place.
It's difficult.
But being in LA, you do go to a lot of things where you got to be, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, yeah. And
you got to donate $1 million to the president. And it's like, oh,
yeah, that's just not who I am. And I know that is some of the politics of this thing, right? Is to be like, oh my God, your MagSafe power bank is so cool. I've never seen one with 225 end magnets before. Let's freaking work on something, dude. And the idea to travel and pay for this stuff, I just feel like I've got so much on my plate already. And while it'd be really fun to hang out with friends and meet people, I got Vibio to make still.
Vibio.
I still got the move to catch up on. I mean, I'm always going to have an excuse. It's I would need somebody like you to be there, or Luke, that I could be like, oh, my safe space.
Oh yeah, it's not I was
or Andrew Edwards, which was supposed to be there, and then even he didn't end up going. If he would have been there, I would have considered.
Well, you'll notice, to back up my statement earlier.
Yeah.
All the major tech personalities, the first 2 days are the days. Because that's when the executives are there. After that, it's kind of like the B team that stays. So when the executives leave, so do all of the YouTubers and important tech personalities. So the last couple days of CES are brutal. When I was there last year, my flight was a day later than everyone else because I didn't know.
Oh, I remember you told me this.
I didn't know. So the last day that I was there, I spent a little bit of it with Quinn, and then Quinn left earlier than me, and it was so bad. It was terrible. I will never do that again. Ever.
Will you ever go to CES again?
I mean, I reserve the right to go to see my friends. That's the one place where everyone is kind of guaranteed to be.
Yeah.
If you were going, you could talk me in to CES.
Yeah.
But no company could get me to go to CES. No email. I mean, donating $1 million to my inauguration fund might get me to go to CES. But other than that, I'm not walking into that place ever again. It's terrible. I appreciated meeting fans and stuff, coming up to me. I always appreciate that, but even that's not worth walking into that sticky ass place. Sam, I'm just going to be real with you. It's hard out there, and I don't think I could live without today's sponsor, Notion.
Dude.
Absolutely incredible. First of all, being able to collab with our teams, incredible. Get all your ideas, your thoughts organized. Collaborate on all of your documents. For all of that stuff is I would use Notion just for that. That's all I need. But I heard through the grapevine, it gets better.
Yeah, dude. So here's the thing. Notion at its base level combines your notes, docs, and projects into one space. It's simple and beautifully designed. That's what we've been using for years. That's what hooked us. But you know what's keeping us around? The fully integrated Notion AI. It helps you work faster, write better, think bigger, doing tasks that normally take you hours in just seconds. AI can handle the first draft, jumpstart a brainstorm, or turn your messy notes into something polished. It can even summarize tedious tasks like summarizing meeting notes, dude. Oh my gosh. When I meet with my team, did you know I have 1,000 employees that work for me?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. It's 998. You don't have to exaggerate.
I know. I'm sorry, but we're working on breaking, the 1,000 mark in 2025. And Notion AI is going to help us scale in a new way, guys. So try Notion for free when you go to notion.com/genius. That's a slick ass URL. I can't believe we have that. That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/genius to try the powerful, easy to use Notion AI today. And when you use our link, you're supporting our show, notion.com/genius. I love them so much. Sign up for Notion, use it for your life and your work. They have fun templates and it's just awesome. And I can't believe I didn't use it until like 2 years ago. I should have.
I know. Notion is
even know
used
if it
by
was
over
around, but-
half of the Fortune 500 companies and us.
And the top 2 companies in the world.
Notion.com
and Apple Track.
/genius.
Yeah. I also, I ran into,
Are you getting sick?
no, don't you say that. Don't you dare. I'm just coughing. There's fires and smoke in the air all day, my guy. I'm basically directly inhaling a wildfire.
I don't know if I was getting you sick from the airwaves.
No, please don't even joke. I ran into BTZ the other day at a local event.
Oh, did you?
And yeah, and I was like, man, should I go? And he was very much like, it is a great event to meet people and meet brands. And he was, I appreciate he was selling me on that.
Meet people and meet
obviously-
brands is an interesting thing to say.
Yeah, I was like, those are good selling points. And I was like, oh, it sounds good. It sounds fun. I thought about driving. And then honestly, the dinner that I wanted to go to snuck up on me yesterday. And I was like, I'm not driving 4 hours to Las Vegas today.
Yeah.
Like I got, now that I'm leaving for another trip to go home,
Yeah.
doing my makeup Christmas with my family this week. I was like, and like, I don't know, maybe it just goes back to, I've been really lucky. Like life has been really good socially for me lately. And I had a really cool full circle moment at Run Club the other night where sort of talking to a dude I had met a few times, that we sort of like finally like, what's your name again? Hey, let's like go on a hike sometime, like that type of thing. One of the friends that I met, and then I don't know, maybe this is actually kind of interesting and something I would have loved to hear a year ago before I moved to a new city that was really scary. But back in December of 2023, right the month that I moved to LA knowing Sarah Dici at the time and Luke Miani and really nobody else. A few people that you know of, but like those were my 2 quote unquote friends. And Luke I was obviously much more close to than Sarah, who has a family and all that stuff. So I didn't know a lot of people, and it was very important to me to make friends because I didn't want to be lonely, and I am a social person. But I also went in knowing that like there are going to be a lot of weekends where I, Friday and Saturday I am at home by myself when I want to be out. And sure enough, I went to Run Clubs and met a few people here and there. Most of them were nothing burgers, and then there were a few people that like I started hanging out with for a few months, and then one funny situation was like talked to this girl that was really nice. She tries to set me up with her sister. Sister isn't interested. So like as soon as the sister isn't interested, it's like, suddenly we just like, I don't even talk to the friend that much.
We
which
were
is
doing
fine.
like
I totally
our VR
get it.
ping pong stuff like during that timeline, and it was great.
But that's just like meeting friends and stuff, right? It's like, oh, hey, all good. But once there's not really a need for the connection kind of dies out. I'm sort of over explaining how relationships work. But in between then and another time I was at Run Club, I was just like, man, I gotta make more friends. And I was like very much, I want to try to talk to somebody each time I go. And sometimes it's successful and sometimes I wasn't, but I really put myself out there. And I was walking, I was late, and it's so funny. Like people always say things happen for a reason. I don't generally believe that, but I'm always chronically late to things. People in my life know I'm showing up right as the thing starts, like right when Run Club, if Run Club starts at 4 p.m., I'm there at 4:01 or 3:59.
Yeah.
Like I'm not you can show up 30 minutes early and socialize. Like, cool, I should be doing that, but usually I just don't make the time for it. I'm walking to Run Club and I just see this random dude and I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Sam. What's your name? Says his name. And he knew Apple Track.
What?
And yeah, he was like, I know you're Sam. And I was like, what? Is this a prank? And
It's just a prank.
yeah, it was weird. It's like one of those things. It's like, what are the chances in this group? Like look, it's not like a huge run club, but it was like a group of probably 500 people. Like, what are the chances that 500 people in a city of, a few million would have seen some of your content? And like that was pretty weird. So we ended up running and talking, and he made me feel, and I told this to him last night when I saw him, but this is a year ago. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's bluffing. I don't know if he's making this up. And it turns out, he means it. And he was like, yeah, I enjoy the content. And he was really cool and really nice. And he became this really great resource to me. He had been in LA for a decade. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I like running, but I want to keep meeting more folks. Like, that's really important to me. And, I appreciate you for showing me all this. And a few months in, he drops the specific name of a run club that I don't want to dox, just to like, some privacy, fair. Right? And he was like, yeah, I go to this thing. It's this day. It changed my life. I was like, oh, buddy, it's a run club. Like, come on. Let's get a grip here.
Okay.
And, a few weeks go by. I'm like, not going. Cause I'm like, oh, it's a new group of people. I don't know. It's a lot. I'm kind of doing this other stuff. I kept putting it off. And then 4 months into moving here, I see him on and off throughout this time. He's like, are you going on this day? And I'm like, oh, all right, fine. I'm going to go. I'm going to try it out. And I go this first time, and it's super chaotic. There's loud speakers, and there's these exercise breaks, and it's, a couple hundred people. It's a lot. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Something about this is just like not really jiving. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have gone. I should have what was I doing? Ended up talking to this group of people that were very into, let's just say, the hard vitamins that I am not particularly into. And they're like, okay. Yeah, dude, you're not up at 6 a.m. in parking garages raving every weekend. And I was like, no, like that's not super me. So I very much leave with the picture of this thing being wrong group of people. Yeah. I guess I didn't know that much about this dude. Very weird.
Yeah.
But the best advice somebody ever told me is they said, always try something twice. Like, even if you have an awful experience, which it was a pretty bad, like I saw him, we talked, but like I just felt awkward and I didn't belong. And I was like, all in my head, it was terrible. And I was like, you know what? It was a week later, same night, same club. I said, I haven't run today. Let's do it one more time. And let's try to talk to somebody else. Just a new connection. Who knows? And I walk up, don't know anybody, don't recognize, see anybody I've seen before, feel very like, out of place. And I just see this dude standing next to a dog. Different guy, never met him before in my life. And I go, hey, is this your dog? And he's like, no, but it's a sick dog. I'm actually talking to so-and-so. And this dude, who it wasn't even his dog, is now like my closest friend in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
And it's a dude that complete rando, same age as me, similar goals, like down to earth, genuine human. And I say that to say that it was very cool a year in. Like last night, it was this guy, the guy that introduced me to this run club, and this like new connection. And I know this is a very long-winded story, but all of this to say,
that's what podcasts are for.
I know, but all of this to build to, it was very cool last night to sort of have the person that introduced me to this run club, this new connection, and like he said, he was like, this club it changed my life. And knowing, he's like, I only know you from your videos, and I've only talked to you for a few runs, but he's like, just based off the vibes you give me, I think this is it. And then, sure enough, through this run club, I met another girl who's one of my best friends in the entire world. And I've now met other connections through these people that, when I was here for Christmas, when my dad got sick, so I didn't go home. It was just COVID. He's fine. I played pickleball with my friend and her mom on Christmas, and we ate lunch together and just had these incredible experiences that I never would have had on my own. So if you take anything from this story, it's if there's something you want to do, even though it's scary, you got to do it, or you're going to spend the rest of your life beating yourself up for never taking the jump. Because the only thing worse than not taking the jump is wondering how the jump would have gone. And that is something that I just believe so true to my heart. Like, my past year has been so good on broadly so many levels. And I'm so grateful for that. And just the fact that I thought it would take me years to make friends, especially in a city like LA that has a reputation for everybody being so fake and so,
True,
surface
yeah.
level, which I have met those people. Like, don't get me wrong. Part of the journey is weeding through those people. And it is very, very easy to weed them out. Like, if you're wondering, how do you know? You just know. Like, you just get the vibe, right? And I've been so lucky to meet these people. And it was a very cool moment for me the other night, just to be like, whoa, like I really have started to set up a life here. And I'm very grateful for that and very grateful for my job. And I got to move to a new beautiful place that I'm really grateful for, that I'm getting to furnish nicely. And it's just been, it's been really good. So I just want, obviously I always say thank you to the people that support me, but like, thank you. Yeah, it's very meaningful. You've empowered me to live a really good life. And, that's why I always want to do my best. And I'm not always going to do my best. And I'm going to fall short. I'm going to pull a Marquez sometimes and mess up. But the through line is that I always want to be, like, LA has just reinforced the need to be authentic.
I would like to say that I'm really proud of you, man, because,
Thanks.
we've been friends for a little bit, you could say.
Yeah.
So I remember all of the
Almost 4 years,
conversations
wow.
and you freaking out and being scared and panicking a little bit about the move and not necessarily second guessing it, but definitely being like, I mean, it is scary. So I wish I could show that Sam a clip of this Sam that, like, a year later it has clicked.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Because I think that you are naturally a vibrant, happy person, but I don't know if you would have been this happy if you stayed home.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not to say that there's anything inherently wrong with St. Louis. It's just because that's where I'm from. But it wasn't the place for me. And I think, I also recognize that there's like so much privilege in being able to be like, yeah, I could just move to California. Like, I had the finances to do that. And, I very much like am aware that people could be listening to the conversation, be like, oh, I've always wanted to move to Portland, or I've always wanted to move to Europe, yada, yada. Right. And be like, oh, but I just don't have the money. So I understand and I feel you. And the only thing I would say to do if you're in one of the situation is I look back at my time in St. Louis and there were run clubs and other things I could have gone to there that I wasn't. And it was because I wasn't in the right headspace to do so. It was really helpful for me to physically switch locations to sort of like actually, I'm very good when, for lack of a better term, my balls are in the masher.
I asked you not to make me laugh.
Sorry. I know, I'm sorry.
Oh, God damn it.
But when when your balls are going down the conveyor belt and there's a chopper, and the ball is getting closer and closer to the chopper, I'm very much like, I got to do something. I got to figure it out. And, for me, that was like moving to Los Angeles, not knowing a lot of people. And it's not to say there's not problems with Los Angeles and things that aren't amazing and perfect. Like,
I mean, it's on
sometimes
fire
people
currently.
are a little weird. Yeah, there's fires and stuff, but it's been a really good fit for me. So like, if anything, I think something that's really helpful for me to hear, and it's never like the first time I hear something, but believe in yourself. And I know that's so stupid because it's actually the most cliche thing of all time. But I look back at my past self, and the only thing that changed between me then and me today is my mindset. That's the only thing that changed. I could have had this behavior in St. Louis. I could have had this mindset in college. I could have had this mindset in high school. And it took a lot to get here, and definitely growing up as well. And I just, if
experience will do that.
if people are, struggling or going through a hard time or unsure about the future, which I feel like a lot of us are, don't be afraid to believe in yourself, because you can do way more than you think you can. And, John knows 4 years ago, I was struggling with chronic anxiety and OCD, and I still struggle with those things, but I've learned to manage them in a way that brings me down for a day and not a month. And that's because of therapy and meds and all these things.
This reminded me of a quote from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, what's the quote?
It's you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. That's basically what
It's true.
You're basically
it's
winning the
true
game.
though. And I look back at so many situations in my life where I doubt myself in different situations, which is a natural human thing, by the way. And the only thing that's changed is that usually the only person telling me these things is me.
Yeah.
I'm the only one saying I'm not good enough. I'm the only one saying I can't move. I'm the only one saying my anxiety is too big to handle. Nobody else is really saying that to me. I mean, yeah, sure. Do I get comments sometimes or people in real life that say things to me that are disrespectful or rude? Sure, that's life. People aren't going to like you. That's okay. But 99% of it is me. So this is not to say this is the end of the journey. This is to say this is a checkpoint. And A, that I'm grateful.
Checkpoint.
B, that I'm happy to be here. C, that I'm excited for the future. And D, that I really want to spend 2025 like prioritizing not me so much in a selfish way, but prioritizing me in the long term. In the long term. I don't know. Do you have
Current
resolutions?
Sam
Like,
looking out for future Sam.
I'll close with this. I have a few resolutions for this year. One is to streamline YouTube so that I'm not constantly working because I worked way too much in 2024.
Yeah.
I need to make it more manageable, and that's going to mean saying no to some things because I want to do 4 videos a month, and more than that is just too much. It's just too much for the I mean, you know how much time we've been spending on videos. The second thing is I really want to focus on my health. In the last few months of the year, I was barely running and working out. Just being back in the gym for 2 weeks, dude. I'm walking around with my back up taller. I'm feeling more confident approaching situations. I'm feeling more like myself again just by being in a routine of self-improvement there. And the third one is to spend more time on side projects and things that I'm passionate about that I haven't been able to spend as much time on as I want. Like, you know, well, I'll leave that to the imagination, but there's a few things I have in mind that I know you know about. So those are my resolutions for this year and my goals.
I think I really only have 2 things. One, overall, like a broader approach, I want to be a calmer person, which I already think I'm calm and pretty patient, but I think that I think even when I'm calm and patient on the outside, on the inside, it's not that way. Like I think internally, I'm moving too fast. My thoughts and my brain are usually moving too fast, and I want to. I feel like when I'm calm and patient on the outside, that's taking care of everybody else. And if I can be calm on the inside, that's taking care of me. And so that's what I want to do for this year. And in terms of work, I want to be able to find a balance between like, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I feel very pressured on like what is good enough to be posted. And if I'm not 100% sure on what I'm working on, I just don't do it. It won't go out. I will not make it.
Yeah.
So I would like to find a balance between stuff that I know is great and also stuff that I should just give a chance to and make it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if that means more than 1 video every 2 months, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Man.
I guess that coincides with me being calmer too. It's like I think internally I'm panicking too much, and I think that locks me up until I'm very excited or very passionate about one thing that I can hyperfixate on and make. And I would like to do a little bit less of that and more just having fun.
I feel you, dude. And I really mean that. I've noticed myself starting to get in a cycle of like, is it good enough? And you got to follow your own advice, bro.
And it
Done is
kind of
better than
sucks
perfect.
the fun out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, something that's really helped me is normally I have a video that I'm working on. Actually, you can see, watch this. So I'm not capping. I've been editing this video on and my last video I edited on and off for 4 days. I think this one I'm on and off for 3 days. And there's something nice about the relaxed pace of really taking my time. Like, dude, for various reasons, I had a lot of stomach issues in 2024. And it's not to say that they're not still there. Like, I definitely have like IBS related to my anxiety or something. But like, when would it get the most intense? And it usually was like around travel because I would be stressed out about work.
The first day arriving anywhere is just off. It's just not. It doesn't count for you. Yeah,
and like I would just be so stressed because it's like, oh, I'm behind on this video. I got to pack. There's just so many things. I'm behind on my fitness, and that's why I'm planning to travel a lot less this year. Just because until I get my money up, I'm trying to just like lock in and work in a healthy way and not bounce around as much, right? Like I would just get so stressed with like this, this has to be out by this date on YouTube. I told him I'd get it out. Our manager's going to be not mad at me, but like, oh, it puts him in a weird spot.
He's not mad, but he'll kill us.
Exactly. That's the best way to put it. So it's just, I got so caught up in that and I want to be way better in 2025 for, giving, like you said, that internal peace, which I had at a lot of different points of this year. And I was very pendulistic. Like I would just swing from like, I'm holding it
like
together.
Two ends of an extreme.
Yes. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm totally It was basically like I'm working nonstop or I'm not doing any work. And I feel like this year, so far, I mean, it's early, I'm doing work a little bit, clean up the house, vacuum, run club, eat, play some video games with a friend, come home, work on this side project, work a little the next day, plan out the video. Like it seems more intertwined rather than you're editing for 8 hours today. That's your whole day. You're not working out. You're not eating right. You're not taking care of yourself because this has got to be out by tomorrow, bitch boy. Like that was, that was how it was. And I'm very much trying to plan out, there's going to be slip ups, and also just being like, I get so caught up in like, oh, but I'm losing out on this money. If it, what if I still live in this lack mentality of like, what if the sponsor says, we're done, we're out, you missed the window, goodbye. Like, would I be okay if that happened? The answer is yes. I would be okay. But it's like all these other things that it's like, oh, you're a failure. You missed the deadline. You told me you would do it. And it's like, is all of that worth my actual sanity and happiness and stress?
No.
The answer is no. The answer is fuck no.
That battery pack is not worth it, huh?
And it's just like putting that into perspective of like, and sure enough, like as soon as I'm starting to be more healthy, it's like I'm actually making more money this year than last year doing the rat race because I'm pacing myself and like spending more time. Yeah, and it's more sustainable. So, it's funny, and I thought you would appreciate this, and I hope the people listening could gain something.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Because I love a good podcast. I love listening to two white boys yap about something. So
I mean, this is like typical Genius Bar MO. We were wrapping the show, and then something happened, and it's not. This is like, I think this is why when we run into people that listen to the show, it's always people that have been listening for years.
That's weird to say.
Years? And like, that have been listening for years and can quote specific moments we have long forgotten about, or mention a conversation like this one that we had that affected them that we will definitely forget about. That's what this is all about.
Yeah. But anyway,
and the iPhone 16e.
Yeah, and the iPhone 16e. Okay, that's all I have.
We love you. We'll see you next week, unless Sam gets the flu.
I got my flu shot, but I know flu A can kind of. I know it doesn't count. So
I got.
Don't even joke about that. I'm getting on an airplane in 2 days.
I got penetrated by the flu man,
and not in a good way.
No, not in a good way. No.
This music's crazy. Stock broadcast.
It's kind of a bop.
It is kind of a bop. Damn. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to Genius Bar. This is our first of many episodes coming in 2025. Oh, last thing, we should
just
probably tell
ended.
them we kept hyping up a special episode that we were gonna do.
Oh,
So yeah, we actually like had full plans to do that, and then John got sick like 3 days before, so that was why we didn't do it. So I think we're just not gonna say
I got
the
sick
idea
on
and
the
save it till
26th.
next year. Yeah, I think we're gonna save it till
mean-
next year.
we gotta figure something out before then.
Yeah, we definitely got to meet up before then, but yeah, we could do actually. I don't want to tease it too hard, but what episode of the podcast are we on?
Oh shit! Let me do a quick look-see. We are on 190. This is 196. Is what episode this is?
Seems like there's a milestone coming up, doesn't it?
Another one. Yeah, I feel like we did something for episode 100. Can't remember what it was.
People are gonna be so mad. They're like, they did this exact bit for the Christmas special that never happened. But it's foregoing unforeseen circumstances, him getting me sick
I'm
through
good.
my podcast mic.
What
Hopefully
about
we'll
your
do something
podcast, Mike?
fun. I just don't want you to get me sick through it. Like, are you coughing into this and it comes out of here? I felt a breeze.
Did you feel
Oh
that?
no!
If you got
All right.
like, I'm surprised I got this sick when you're the guy that is like constantly. You're just like a sponge that will suck up any sick.
Hey, they say stress is bad for the immune system, and I have been less stressed post the move. I thought for sure I was going to get sick from the move. I did not. I'm just hoping I get through this weekend, going home and seeing family and stuff. I can
Going home
survive.
to your dad that had COVID.
Well, he's over it now. It's been like 2 weeks.
It came from somewhere.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. Thank you guys. Love you. Hope you
We
enjoyed
love
this. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
See you next week.